Hey, it's Austin. Welcome to the Mediocre podcast. I'm with a good friend.
Hey, I'm Joe. We'll be co-hosting, and we've had the idea for the podcast for about maybe 2 months.
A little while.
Yeah, we've had it for a while. You're gonna start seeing us upload a little bit more, and we just recorded an hour worth of episode, but we decided that probably shouldn't post it because it's a little too.
Too opinionated.
Yeah, that's a good word.
It's almost like
It's
too extreme right now.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. But I think that gave us a chance to, like, kind of talk normal to each other, yeah?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. You're gonna like this podcast. That's all I'm gonna say. Even if you don't like this podcast, you're gonna like this podcast because...
It's mediocre.
Yeah, it's mediocre.
And
it's not very good.
Nowadays, people enjoy mediocrity.
Shit, okay. But I've got a couple of guests booked. You know about... I'm not going to say his name now, but you know about
Yeah, no, the main one we talked about.
Yeah, the biggest guest, which is a small internet rapper. I don't want to say small, but he's up and coming. And, yeah, I'm excited to have him on. He seems like a really nice guy.
Real genuine guy.
Yeah, dude, I need to get you in contact with him. He's cool.
See, I actually haven't talked to him.
I'll give you his email later, okay?
Okay.
Alright, but, yeah, so I guess we should get in our first segment, which is Dark Souls.
So... Dark Souls, huh?
Yeah, so like about 2-3 weeks ago I gave you the Dark Souls game, Souls 3.
He gave me Dark Souls 3. Played it for like an hour and a half at most. I didn't get very far, but I think Dark Souls I thought it was fun. It has a lot of lore, a lot of stuff. Like if you don't pay attention to the game as you're playing it, you're gonna get really lost.
Right.
And the game itself is just gonna look like a beat 'em up, like you're just beating up monsters.
Yeah, I think it does a good job at like catering to both gamer section races. It's good at that
gamer clicks.
Yeah, that's a good way of describing it.
It's like for those who actually like the story and the people who just want to like
kill.
Yeah.
The fucking sociopaths who like, dude, violent video games. That's what causes violence. That's what I'm gonna say.
Dude, you know it. Don't at me next time.
But Dark Souls, right?
Good game.
How far are you in Dark Souls 3?
I didn't really get that far. Like I kind of feel bad for almost like not really getting that far. I think I got to like the wall. Was it some like High Wall of Lothric or some shit?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, High Wall of Lothric, yeah. I actually got you when I came over yesterday, or not yesterday, but last weekend.
Yeah, it was last weekend, I think.
When I came over last weekend, I got you to like the first boss, which is Vort. Vort.
Was that first guy that like you have to fight? Was he not really considered a boss?
Gundyr?
Yeah.
He
took me a while to kill.
No, he's a boss. He's definitely a boss, but he's not supposed to be that hard.
Fuck off. I've never played a game like Dark Souls. I played Bloodborne, but I never really got that far with it.
I think the most important thing is just remember to roll.
I didn't realize like how big. Like honestly, I feel like sometimes the hitbox in that game is really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like he'll smash the ground next to me, and I just take like half health.
I think it's like impact damage.
Half health impact damage?
Yeah, half health impact.
God forbid he's like fucking whack-a-mole. He just smacks the top of the head and I'm just dead.
I mean, like, what were you, an assassin?
Yeah, the one that had to like I stab pretty much.
Yeah, dude,
that's a really dumb class. I really regret picking that class now.
My favorite class to start out with is the Herald. I like the spear. It's cool.
The Deprived.
The Deprived?
Yeah.
Yeah, big naked boy.
Big heckin' naked boy. One thing I really do appreciate about Dark Souls, though, is that its character customability. It's so fun.
It's broken.
I wouldn't say broken.
You can make your nose go through your mouth.
Dude, you saw my guy, didn't you? He was blue.
Yeah, I saw him.
He was blue, and he had the little sans eye, because I was like really bright blue. Did you laugh?
I said, ooh. That's all I said.
That's it. That's just ooh.
I said ooh.
You didn't start like
very nice.
You didn't like start playing the game, and then you got to watch. You're like, dude. Actually, we should make like our background music the Megalovania thing.
I'm not gonna do that.
Can we please?
No, I've got a royalty-free song that I've already got.
Yeah, because we need those because we can't afford it.
Yeah, actually, I think I can bring it up right here. Did I just? Oh no. Hey, okay, good. We're still recording. Oh, that scared the shit out of me.
Big dumb moment.
Yeah, we're still recording. Okay, good.
I think so I guess speaking of Dark Souls 3, everyone says I think Dark Souls 3 is probably one of the better of the three.
It's a tie between Dark Souls 3 and 1.
But like 2 is just not even in the equation.
I'd say 3 is the easiest to like get into if you're a new beginner.
Yeah, but 1 is like, I mean, 1's obviously the first game.
Yeah, well, no, actually, Demon Souls was the first game.
Demon Souls.
Yeah, you'll have to look that up later.
Just I say, what do you mean Demon Souls though?
It was the first game in the Dark Souls series, but it's not like actually related to Dark Souls.
Is it just? It's just like part of like,
It's like a rough draft.
Okay, yeah, I could live with an explanation like that.
It's a good game. I think it tried too hard to do too many new things for its time.
Like what?
Well, I wasn't ready for that question.
Well, I was just curious because like I've never really played it, so I wouldn't know.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of like the online aspects of like Dark Souls 1 had a lot to do with like feeding off like the phantoms and the invasions of Demon Souls, and Dark Souls 1 doesn't feel like the first game in its series.
Really?
No, it feels like like there's too many, like it expects you to know too much lore for it to be the first.
You know, actually, I got that vibe, especially from the third one. Like, especially like for people who just kind of played the game,
Right.
not necessarily paying attention to the storyline, but they just play it because it's fun to them.
Right.
Like the intro to Dark Souls 3 was like, it just started throwing out these champions' names as if I was supposed to know who they were.
Well, no, like you don't know those guys from any of the other games.
But like they start throwing out like there was like especially stuff that like I didn't quite understand, like why the world was even the way it was, like just dark and gross, and
I understand that.
And there's like I saw the people coming out of the ground and they were being like, not necessarily reincarnated, but they were like having to like. Honestly, I kind of missed the whole premise of what the intro was trying to tell me. I got really lost in the names for a minute, and I was just like...
So, the story goes that the Age of Fire is coming to an end.
Yeah.
And you need the champions of the Firelink Shrine to relight the embers.
And then they made everyone like come back to life to like find the champ or some shit.
Yeah. So you're on a search, and you're one of the many hollows out searching to try and bring.
Is that what they call you, a hollow?
Yeah. Well, you're a hollow until you're kindled. Which means if you're not human looking and you're zombie looking, you're hollow.
Okay, so I've seen a few of those, especially around like especially in was that one place where
the Firelink Shrine.
Yeah. There's just the really whatchamacallits. One thing I did notice about Dark Souls 3 while I was playing it is that there's like a bunch of messages people can leave.
Yeah, no, the multiplayer base is really fun.
I didn't really know. There was one where I didn't know that that's a thing until I walked in the main room in the shrine, and I'm gonna pull up the picture. I'm gonna show you here in a second.
All right.
And this is what popped up. This is what was said. I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, what does that have to do with the storyline? I was like, try telling the butthole.
I tried, I made one that was like in front of, one of the DLC characters. I forget her name. But it said, try finger butthole. And I felt so smart after that. I felt like a little funny genius boy.
Really?
Yeah.
You felt like an intellectual after that?
Yeah, I felt really good about myself. I was like, yeah, I did it.
I mean,
I'll say this: Dark Souls 3, a lot better, a lot more fun co-op. Not so.
You say it more fun than just co-op in general?
Yeah, like I like playing with other people. It makes it less challenging, more rewarding.
For the third game, as compared to the first one, or even the second
in the first one. I don't know. I didn't play enough of the second one to know if there's multiplayer. It was just so shitty.
Well, God, okay.
No, like I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but like.
But it's kind of hard to be like it's a good game because I feel even from other people that I've talked to about it, they're like, yeah, no, it was bad.
Yeah, Dark Souls 2, not very good. That's because like the lead writer, what was his name? Oh fuck! I need to blow my nose.
Just swallow. You okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. But fuck, what were we talking about? You said the creator.
Writer. Yeah. The writer.
What's his name? His last name starts with an M. I remember.
Is it like Miyazaki?
Yeah, Yeah, is it not Miyazaki? I think.
I thought it's Miyazaki or something like that.
Here, I think we like.
I know it's not Miyamoto. Yeah, it's Miyazaki. Okay, good.
Miyazaki. Okay.
So big shout out to that guy.
Yes, sponsor this episode, please.
Dude.
That'd be wild.
This game is sponsored by Miyazaki. Thank you, and we think you're very cute.
Do we think he's cute?
We think he's sugoi desu.
Okay, fair enough. I think speaking of I guess Japanese languages, Asian culture itself, or even just the language, is like really complex, and it scares me.
How so?
Because like whenever I like look at like the words, it's just like how they do like the symbols or whatever.
Yeah, the kanji.
Yeah, it really fucking fucks with me, and I'm like, I don't even know how they like remember half that shit or even like know.
Right.
And sometimes people can just like look at it like just a symbol and they like, oh yeah, it's this, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like nothing about that says that. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, and I'm just like dumb.
I mean, they say English is a hard language to learn, so maybe it's just like a cultural thing.
Then the reason English is hard to learn is just because of the fact that like
it's got so many like words that mean the same thing.
There's so much slang too.
Yeah.
And like sometimes there's the words that we actually should use for certain meanings we don't actually use.
Like that's hot instead of that looks good.
Yeah, or like she's. I'm trying to think of like somebody like you call females or anyone like when you say people like someone's hot, they're like, hot what? They're like, are they on fire? Like what do you mean?
Right.
Instead of like
that's the best example.
I take a foreign language class. I don't know. Have you taken a foreign language yet?
I took a Spanish one, but I'm not.
Like the conjugations of certain things. Like that's one thing that always bothered me because like they have conjugations for a female speaking or male speaking. You're speaking. A group is speaking. That. Yeah, we have like we add like an S if for like certain like it's not that hard for like that, but like we just don't. We're not consistent in our language, I don't think. If like, that's anything that we can name it as, it's like that.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to, like... This isn't a criticization of the English language, it's just... It's different.
It definitely is, especially compared to other...
Every language has its, like, hard points.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, is it bad to say, like... I'm not like, in a bad way, but... I feel like sometimes, especially listening to, like, Asian languages, except for, like, maybe, like, Vietnamese... Yeah. Like Chinese and Japanese kind of sound similar to me.
I mean, they're from, like, I'm sure, like, German and English sounds similar to, like, Japanese people, you know? I think it's a cultural thing.
Well, I think it's more, like, if anything sets it off, it's, like, accents.
Right.
I feel like accents set off a lot of, I guess, differentiate, I can't fucking speak. It allows for you to be like, oh, yeah, that's American, or that's German, or whatever.
Right.
Because, I mean, you listen to someone who's German, you can definitely pretty much tell, like, hey... that person's kind of just based off their accent, pretty much, or like especially like the language of German language. It sounds like almost
it's a scary thing.
It sounds like when you listen to it, they sound angry all the time,
like constantly. Yeah, like
it's like
they'll be like "die or irgendwer."
Yeah,
I'm like, shit, dude. What do you
want? They have like
really
like throaty endings to their words, and I'm like, I'm surprised none of you don't have like bronchitis the way you're talking like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Germany.
Dude, I would love to visit Germany actually.
I'm sure that...
Don't they still have, like, a memorial for, like, the Berlin Wall and stuff?
I do not know. I'm not...
Because I know, like, especially good Germany, like, this is a pretty common fact. Like, if you go there, you, like, say, like, Sig Heil or do like, raise your hand up.
You're not...
Yeah, no, like, they'll, like, arrest you on the spot.
Yeah.
They do not take kindly to that. Yeah. Which I think is weird, because, like...
They're very defensive about that kind of thing.
But, like, it's their past, though.
Yeah, I think it's them trying to be like, we're different now.
Yes, is it them covering up their past, trying to pretend like it didn't happen, or is it just like we understand it's a bad thing, we don't need you to like remind us that it happened?
It's probably a mixture of the two.
Because I don't think they cover up their past, but I really wonder how they present the whole we were Nazis, especially like the education system.
Just knowing how people work, I would say that they presented as something that is like not as bad as it actually was.
It's kind of like Americans with slavery. Like, most people, whenever we talk about it, like in school systems, everyone's like, "Yeah, definitely a bad thing. Should have never happened." I wonder if they're like, "Yeah, he killed Jews. Should have never happened."
Yeah. So, well, I mean, yeah, but there's a lot of other stuff that went into that. Let's go into more on that, right?
It's like, so, I don't...
Well, I'm not saying we should go into it ourselves. I'm just saying, like, I feel like they simplify it too much, and that they don't...
Yeah, they're almost like, yeah, it should have happened. They don't really think about, like, why it happened, why Hitler thought the way he did, or what he was trying to get at. I'm not saying he's justified for it. I'm
definitely not, right.
But perhaps, like, wasn't he, like... I'm not saying he was mental, but didn't he have...
No, he was actually insane.
Yeah, he was definitely not all the way there.
He had syphilis or something.
Syphilis?
Yeah, it's something that fucked up his brain, too.
Jesus. Feels bad for that guy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think syphilis would cause you to go, like, try to kill Jews. Or something like that.
I think he was just an angry guy in general.
Just angry. Yeah. Didn't he have
halitosis?
Halitosis.
He had halitosis.
What's that?
It's you have stinky breath.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that it?
No, apparently it was so bad, like, he couldn't even be in the same room as Hitler without a window open.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Feels bad. I wonder why did he shave his mustache the way he did? Like, why was it just the middle?
Because Charlie Chaplin. He liked Charlie Chaplin, I guess.
Was he the first one to do it? Was Charlie Chaplin?
Yeah, Charlie Chaplin had it, like, way before Hitler.
Really?
And then, like, Hitler
Okay.
did it, and he was like, oh, Charlie Chaplin's like, oh, shit, dude, I can't do this anymore, you know?
He shaves it off, and Hitler's like, oh, my thing now. See, I think, because most people, like, whenever I think that, I don't think Charlie Chaplin. I think everyone thinks Hitler.
Well, that's because Hitler did more.
Not good, definitely not good
Yeah,
stuff.
no,
but
he's
definitely
just did
more. I don't want to say popular.
He's a landmark
more
in
known.
history.
Yeah, because like, especially I really wonder how schools from other countries present like World War, especially if they're
Like
like
Japan and that kind of thing.
Yeah, especially do they even mention Pearl Harbor in Japanese school systems?
I will go to
And
Japan.
if they do, what do
then
they
I will
say
tell you.
about it? They're like, oh, we should have done that. But like, I don't.
We did a bad. We
Yeah.
did a no.
But then what do they say about like Nagasaki and stuff?
They did a no too.
Yeah,
so it's justified.
Yeah, so it's just like two wrongs don't make a right, but in this case, it definitely.
I mean, that's like in the American school system, Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
We said it was justified.
It's revenge, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying revenge is like
and I'm sure like
what you should do.
Every other country's like, no, America, you went way too far with that one.
Yes, even people from America are like, oh yeah, no, you definitely shouldn't have should have killed. I don't really know. I forgot how many people it was, but
It was in the millions.
yeah, very excessive amount of people. And even to this day, we still face repercussions, or at least they still face repercussions of like radiation poisoning and birth defects and shit. Which I feel like that's like it's kind of sad. It's a sad reality that we have to live in.
Right.
Because most of the people, I don't even think majority of the people who were like in Japan were like, oh yeah, no, we definitely probably shouldn't kamikaze the fucking sailors who are sleeping. Like I don't think.
Right. I don't think they're like, oh, thank God we did that.
Like especially think it was like a same thing for like Hitler in Germany. I don't think everyone was like, oh yeah, no, we need to kill all the Jews. That was mainly him, and most people didn't want to argue with him because he was the leader at the time.
And he did do like a lot economically for Germany, so I guess they kind of felt like in debt.
So yeah, so they're kind of like almost like not felt bad. But
They were like, all right, well he did this for us, so I mean let's at least give
it's
him
like
that.
it's like you rubbed our back, we gotta rub yours now. We can't
Right.
really argue about it.
Right.
That's so weird.
I don't know. There's a lot of weird things in history. Like just everybody has like bad things about them, you know.
I mean, bad things as
I
in,
mean,
like,
when it comes to Hitler, yeah, he did.
well,
some
yeah,
pretty
no,
messed
definitely,
up.
he definitely had a lot of bad things. But like when you say bad things, you tell me
like
bad habits.
Yeah, like bad habits.
Okay, do you think Hitler had any bad habits?
Probably kissed too many girls.
Because he was too kawaii.
Yeah, Hitler was kawaii desu.
Do you ever think Japan ever thought about like their language becoming the way it is now? Because like everyone just kind of memes about it because they're like, oh, sugoi kawaii desu. Like it's. Do you think like if you went back in time, you're like,
I don't think the Japanese ever. No, I don't think they ever
don't think they
expected the memes. No.
No, I don't think anyone really did. Especially because I don't think they ever expected like the cat thing either to like pop up. Like you went back in time like World War II Japan, and they're like, yeah, in about 60 years, not even 60, but roughly, I'm gonna say like roughly.
There's gonna be like cat trap girl. boys.
Traps, and they're like, trap? You mean like a booby trap or some shit? And they're like, no, very
I wish.
very different. Sad, dude.
I'd fall in both of them though.
Bad habits, dude. Yeah, you know what's one bad habit? Like I've always heard, like people who don't shower.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Like there's just one kid that we know who well not that we know, but I heard him saying this once. He was like over the summertime, he was like, I didn't shower all summer, and I'm like,
who? Whisper in my ear. Jesus.
Yeah, no, he was so proud of it too. He said it to like one of
Why?
our like instructors because we had band camp, and it was like someone who visited to help us like help out. He was
Yeah.
like he sounded proud of it too. But it was either that he didn't shower, or another thing was like he didn't brush his teeth for like a week or some shit. I'm like, that's disgusting.
I see with him. I don't want to be mean, but I don't doubt the authenticity of that.
Yeah, that's the bad part about that.
I'm not. I don't think he was just saying it to like meme around.
No, definitely, he was definitely not saying it. He was definitely being serious when he said it.
Yeah.
I feel like the thing, if there's any bad habit I had, Jesus, what would that be? Probably apologizing profusely too much. I'd probably consider that a habit. Because like when people be like, oh, they'll say something, be like, oh, sorry. They're like, no, don't say sorry. I'm like, oh, sorry. And I just keep repeating myself. And they're
Right.
like, no, fuck off. Stop saying it. I'm like, oh, sorry. You know?
Yeah.
Do you have any bad habits that you want to talk about, Joe?
Do I? Bad habit. I do have one pretty bad habit.
What's that?
I'm way too cute.
Dude, you right.
Whenever I walk out, all the girls look at me and they go, "Oh,
Is that
look at that massive cute boy.
Look at that cutie pie.
Look at that 5'5" hunk."
Double fives.
Yeah, dude, 5'5" makes a 10.
I don't. Okay.
What do you mean you don't?
I mean, yeah, if you add fives together, it's 10. If you multiply fives together, it's 25.
Okay, but shut up.
Are you 25 out of 10? I'd say so.
I'd say so too.
You're pretty cool guy.
I'm a cutie pie.
You're a cutie pie.
Yeah.
Dude, do you think, they say like it takes what, seven tries or 7 attempts to make a bad habit, but like it takes like 23 just to fix one? That's what
I've never heard that.
Our band director's always like, like if we're playing music, for example, you play it wrong 7 times.
Yeah.
You made a bad habit of doing it.
Yeah.
You've now made a habit of doing it. You're going to do it now. And she says in order to break it, you have to do it right 23 extra times. It kind of sounds almost excessive.
I don't think that's true. I think it's situational per person.
I'd probably go for that.
I don't think like. I definitely think that there is.
I feel like if there's anything to do with like muscle memory, then yeah, I feel like it would
Right.
take more time to fix because like your muscles are going into like especially when it comes to playing music, especially you naturally your fingers flow the way that your brain
Right.
tells it to. If it's natural like what you've known, then it's going to be a lot harder to go against that, I guess.
Right.
So what's a bad habit that people have? Like I'm not
I'd say nowadays a big one is lying.
just lying, like even just for stupid shit that you shouldn't even lie for.
I think people have always lied, but I just think it's almost pathological now. Yeah?
At this point, or even like not even just that, like it's almost like being fake
Yeah.
or two-faced.
Yeah.
Being a snake. I'm a snake. Okay, I'm sorry.
Are you projecting, Austin?
Are you calling me a snake?
No, I'm asking. Are you calling someone out? You did.
No, I'm just saying like snakes.
You fucking calling me out?
Am I calling you out?
Yeah.
You're a cute snake.
You better shut the fuck up right now.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Ah! Stop! Don't touch me.
All right.
Let's. So glad there's no camera in here.
Yeah, dude, we should do a live stream.
Dude, should we? Twitch live
I
stream?
mean, maybe not today, but like.
Well, yeah, no, sure, we're not doing it today, but
Eventually, yeah.
just can we? I just want some Fs in chat. That's all I want. But that's the only thing I want to say. I just want to say, can I get some Fs in chat and just see like a spam of Fs in chat? That's the only thing I want.
We're gonna have to build up like the fan base first.
We need at least 5 fans.
At least 5.
Yeah.
But
like like 4 blade fans,
what?
Yeah, fans. 4 blades because it's never mind. Because fans.
Shut up. Just... All right, dude, let's talk about yesterday.
What about yesterday?
Just all of what happened yesterday.
Like, okay, so we watched UFC fight.
Well, before that though, what did we do?
Oh, right.
Right.
We played Dungeons and Dragons and yeehaw.
And yeehaw?
Dude, you've yeed your last haw. Yeah. Alright, I think I broke Joe. Anyway, yeah, so we played D&D yesterday, Joe being our DM. It was me, my brother, his girlfriend, my brother's girlfriend,
Yeah.
and the girlfriend's brother, so it was just 4 of us playing.
We can say their names. It was you, Brendan, Ashley, and Dustin.
Yeah. Dustin being the brother, Ashley being the girlfriend.
I DM'd.
And the entire story, because I know a lot of people usually do like preset stories, or like stories that the
Like-
game itself already has made.
Not homebrew.
Yeah,
That's what do you mean?
but the one that you did was completely homebrew. That you
Yeah,
made,
no,
you completely made it mostly at school because you just got bored and you
Yeah.
started making it.
I probably should focus more on school.
You
but-
should really focus on like doing our access classes or whatever.
I'm passing. I'm not.
Steve's getting degrees, Anyway, I really, in my opinion, from what I understood of it, it was a very good homebrew. I thought you did very good writing, because you developed like a whole society. You had religion, you had like story from like other backgrounds of the characters that we met, like the bartenders and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or the 3-foot neck woman that I made.
Yeah, the
Little
woman
fun-
from your campaign.
Yeah, she's a psychic woman. When I say psychic, like she's a psychic. Like she tells people's futures or whatever, or that's what she says.
That's what she says.
And she has a 3-foot long neck that's like really flexible that she can move on her own. So she's pretty much like a snake, except she has the body of like a shriveled up 5-year-old, and she can't grow, and she's paralyzed from the neck down.
But she's got a 3-foot long neck, and she makes use of it.
Dude, she makes a lot of. Dude, she could strangle you with that neck. What's that thing from, like, what's it called? Like, The Ridiculous Six? He's like, I got a thong neck. I got, he, like, tries to hang him. He's like, I got a thong. You ever seen it?
I don't watch Adam Sandler movies, no.
Is that Adam Sandler?
Yes.
Is he in that movie?
I'm pretty sure that's about him.
No, I can't. No.
I'm pretty sure he's the
I've never seen it. I've only seen the one clip. That's just from what Brennan's told me. But back to your D&D game.
I don't know.
You made this pretty much solely in class.
Yeah, a lot of it was in class.
Like, I just watched you writing poems and shit down for the religions and stuff.
Yeah.
We're not gonna tell too much because we don't want no one to steal our campaign or anything. And if you do, you can pay. You know.
Yeah. We could actually stream it one day if you want.
Actually, that'd be really fun. Is there any Did you get any inspiration from anything?
Well, it started with like, you remember that campaign that we played with Walter?
Wait, the one about the house?
Yeah. The Magic House.
Is it something manor or whatever?
Yeah, something man. Anyway, I took like, for my first story, I took it from there, and then I kind of just extended off of that one with the new story. It was kind of like a revamping.
Okay.
And so it's just you go after like a decrepit god.
A decrepit god.
I don't know another word for it. A fallen god. And I won't have like choice in it, you know. So you can either choose to like join him.
Well, I think that's most.
That's D&D.
That's D&D stuff. It's just a choice-based game. It's kind of like an open world game, but instead of you are the character itself, I suppose.
Right.
And I guess that's one thing I appreciate about the game is that you literally.
You have like
you can make the story.
You can do what you want.
Regardless of what the story is supposed to be, you can make it whatever you want to be.
Right.
That's one thing I appreciate.
Yeah, I think it's a good aspect.
I just wish there wasn't this big stigma where they're like, oh, fucking nerds play that, and people who don't have friends. I mean, you need friends to play. Like, you need more than two people.
You need at least like 4 or 5 people.
Just for it to be fun.
Yeah.
You say you need at least 4 for it to even be worth the time to play. And besides, I mean, sure, like sometimes it's like really nerdy, like, you know, fantasy, like, oh, dragons and ogres and trolls and stuff. But I mean, wasn't that like a big thing back in the day? Like, the fantasy when it first came out was like a really big. Everyone was like, oh, medieval dragons and shit.
Yeah.
Like people really like fucking what's it called? Like the
Game
Knights
of Thrones.
That, or even like people used to read like the Knights of the Round Table, with, like King Arthur and shit. Like that's really like fanatical.
Yeah, I see that.
I mean, it's not really that fanatical, but like it has like the prophecies and the woman of the lake and the sword that protects him from ever getting killed. Like it's definitely not
like the Crusade, right?
Yeah, like that's not. Yeah. It's still like, even it sounds more realistic than Dungeons and Dragons, but it doesn't sound as fanatical. And like for like Game of Thrones, shit's about like the fucking dragons.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, if you like Game of Thrones, you can't get mad at somebody for liking Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, because that's like you're at that point you're just being a forehead.
Yeah. Okay.
I never really got that into Game of Thrones. I've watched a couple episodes of like the newer seasons.
I've seen it all. I'm waiting for like the last season.
Yeah, isn't like their finale, their final season's coming out?
Yeah, and I'm kind of sad, but I'm also kind of curious to see how they fit like all of the rest of the story into one season.
Yeah, I heard.
Because there's a lot left.
There's a lot of like what they've built up from then.
Yeah.
From like I don't know. It seems like there's a lot that you have to like pay attention to from the beginning of the show. If you don't pay attention, you kind of just get lost. Like what are those like cold ice people that are like really evil that they just came back out?
The Whites.
Yeah.
White Walkers.
Yeah, the White Walkers. What they're called. They look blue. They're not even white.
No, they're white. They're blue. Their eyes are blue, but their skin's white.
Are they?
Here, let me bring a picture of one.
Because at least from what I remember, they looked blue. They look like kind of like what's it from? Mr. Freeze or some shit from like the old like George Clooney Batman.
Oh, you mean Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh yeah. He's like freeze.
Freeze.
What does he say in the movie?
Be cool.
Be cool, dude. Arnold. What a nice guy.
Well, I guess they are kind of. I don't know. They've got like white accents
or blue tint almost.
Yeah.
They honestly just look really just decrepit and just like zombie-like.
They're just like little withered men.
I'd say they're more like gray, if anything.
Yeah.
I'd go that far.
That's fair.
I think Game of Thrones is kind of like Dark Souls, just because of the lore or like how deep it goes.
Yeah, and how like everything's kind of. I don't want to say Dark Souls or not Dark Souls, but Game of Thrones is like Lovecraftian, but it's got certain aspects. I think.
I mean, I'd probably have to agree with that. If there's any part about Game of Thrones that I do like is how well they tell their stories. And I like how they have all the houses and there's different paths with the houses and how they act. Yeah. And they actually, like, if you watch from the first season, there was that little girl that seems like deadly as shit. She's like that assassin. What's her name?
Fuck.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
She like wears people's faces or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
She doesn't like wear people's face. She's a fucking faceless man.
But she still wears real
She's
face.
not a man, but she's part of the faceless men group. But,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess
But
technically she wears
if
people's
you've
faces.
seen her from the first season, she grows up. Like you see that.
Yeah, you see
growing
that.
up.
It's almost surprising how long the series has been running.
How long has it been running?
I don't know, like at least 4 years, I'd say. But I don't know.
It reminds me of like The Walking Dead's been out for like since 2012 at least, I think.
I'd say before that.
And I used to love that show to death. That show was probably one of my favorite, if not my
All
favorite
right,
shows.
it was actually released in 2011, the very first episode.
For what?
Game of Thrones.
Oh, Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Damn, so it's been 8 years.
Yeah, that's 8 years of like a person growing up on the screen.
Damn, that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
really weird. That's like the same thing, like I said, for Walking Dead, because like, Carl, he came out, was just like a little punk ass kid, no one liked him.
Yeah, and then
And he ended up becoming like a badass, and then he died. Spoiler alert.
I didn't watch Game of Thrones, or I didn't watch Walking Dead.
He honestly, by the time he died, the show was just shit. The show is shit now. I don't like it.
I don't know.
They veered off a lot from the comics now. They're not really.
I never read the comics.
I never really read the comics either, but from what I understand, like I said, the show used to be really good. And actually, I like the actual zombie interactions. Now it's just more like
It's like survival.
No, it's not even that. It's just drama between people at this point. Like it's just like groups of people fighting. It's almost like Game of Thrones, but with zombies walking around. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Game of Thrones handles its drama better by making it about the drama.
Yeah.
But
That's where the whole
selling,
story comes from.
Yeah, the selling point of The Walking Dead is the zombies. That's why it's called The Walking Dead, not The Walking Gossiper. It's stupid.
Yeah, really.
It's not for me. It's not for me.
I stopped watching it after a while because I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I remember back in the day, I was super into like, what's the shit called? Doomsday prepping or whatever.
Okay.
Dude,
yeah.
I was so like, I had bottles of water stashed away in my room somewhere or some shit. And I'd be like, I would look up like how to survive nuclear fallout or some shit. I don't know. That was really.
Yeah.
Looking back on it now, that was just dumb. However.
Yeah, I remember when I was like in like middle school, I used to like I had like a shed full of like machetes and like water and like.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was like, oh fuck, I'm so ready for zombie apocalypse. You guys are all gonna feel so stupid.
Yeah, like I like low key wanted zombie apocalypse to happen because I knew I could be fine. Like I'd be fine.
Looking back at it now, I probably wouldn't be fine.
Did you think so?
No, I'd get eaten, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it just because like you? Is it because like you don't know how to like fight or like?
No, it's because like there's just
a lot of variables in like the whole
there's
aspect.
there's too many possibilities.
Because like in all honesty, like there's the people, there's the zombies, there's the chance that you can't find food,
there's
can't find water.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people don't take that into consideration when it comes to actually deciding whether or not like can I actually survive the apocalypse?
Right, because eventually like all the food in the grocery store is gonna expire, and then what do you have?
And they say if you don't know how like hunt or fish or anything like that, which
I don't.
I do, just stick around. I'll help you. Okay.
Okay, I'll try. I'll try to stick around in a zombie apocalypse. I'll do my best.
You do your best, dude. That's all. That's all you need, dude. All you need is your best. That's the only thing you need. If you try your best and you don't succeed, well, you still tried your best, and that's what counts. We should start like a motivation podcast.
No, we're not. No,
we're gonna start that. We're gonna have a segment called motivation.
We need to start the hypothetical podcast.
We're not starting now.
Yeah.
Little background about Joe. He likes to make little hypotheticals in class, and he'll tell me them. And they're like, when I say hypotheticals, I mean like really out of the box, not supposed to happen in real life type of hypothetical. Like,
but they're funny.
Like a fish head coming out of a girl's vagina while you're trying to have sex with her type hypothetical.
But it's funny.
It's really gross. It really makes me uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah, but it's funny.
Okay, it is a little funny.
Little cod head popping off a girl's pussy.
Yeah. You think so? Yeah. Such a weird voice. I don't know why you make that shit like every fucking time.
I don't know, man.
I'm getting a phone call.
Who is it?
From Bailey.
Answer it.
I'm gonna answer on the pod. Let's see what he says. I'm gonna put it on speaker. Hello.
Yo.
Hey.
Well, you know when I texted you, I gave you options, and all you said was "ite."
Oh, I did. I'm kind of in the middle of something. I didn't read it all the way.
What are you doing?
I'm actually recording a podcast.
You're recording a podcast. I don't even want to come pick you up anymore.
Oh, okay, forehead. Jesus.
Oh, but seriously, are you coming with us? Because I'm finna go to Silicon Valley like right now.
Hold on. Maybe are you? Shit, Joe. Take control of the.
All right. Yeah.
Give me like 2 seconds.
All right. So now you guys are just with me. And I don't really know what to talk about. And I guess we're just gonna wait for Austin to come back. I don't know. We got a lot of inspiration from like other podcasts that we listen to. Like we really like The Sleepy Cabin. We really like Super Mega. It's a nice pod. We like Schmucks by Psychic Pebbles. That's a good podcast. Yeah, I don't know. I might upload the first episode like later on, but it's something. It's a little bit more, like I say, we say words that we're probably not supposed to say. I guess I'll just decide later. I don't know. Austin's a cool guy. I'm glad that, we started this little podcast. He's a good co-host. We're not too interesting, but wait till we get some guests on. It'll be a lot better, I think. He's still talking outside the door. Sorry, I have a stutter. We record in his room, and we don't have a really good microphone at the moment, but we're gonna get one. Come on. All right, he's back. He's back.
Hello, I know you all missed me.
I just talked about like inspiration, like where we, like some podcasts that we watch and that kind of stuff.
Like, which one did you mention?
I mentioned Sleepy Cabin.
Yeah, Sleepy Cabin. Do they call it Sleepy Cabin or Sleepy Cast or just?
Well, they themselves are the Sleepy Cast, but they call it the Sleepy Cabin.
I think actually I haven't watched a whole lot, but it's definitely interesting. I like the way they go about it.
Did you watch the Super Mega podcast?
I did not. I watched from like what we've watched the other night, but
Yeah.
I didn't watch too much.
I
used to be like the Rooster Teeth podcast. I used to love.
Julie showed me that shit, and I don't like it. I don't like Rooster Teeth.
Julie showed you that?
Yeah.
Did she really?
Yeah.
I didn't think she'd ever watch something like that.
I don't like.
I know, like the way it used to be. I don't know. I haven't really watched too much of it now, but that's where I used to like really like podcasts. And I know Brennan like listens to like the what's it called, the Joe Rogan Experience and shit like that.
He listens to the what is it called, the Misfits.
Oh yeah, actually they're not bad. I like listening to some of their stuff. It's okay.
I haven't listened to them, but I don't know.
What is there something wrong with like the Misfits or something like that?
I don't. I haven't ever heard anything about them.
Really?
Yeah.
You never seen like like Swagger Souls or like Fitz videos or anything?
No, I
like
don't.
that?
I don't like Swagger Souls.
Really?
I think he's obnoxious.
He is pretty obnoxious, but I think he's funny. I think it's just because like I visualize myself for that because I'm like very hella obnoxious.
Yeah.
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 You want to talk about that?
Yeah, you're fucking obnoxious.
That's it.
That's it.
Fair enough.
Also, wear your watch.
You wearing my watch? You feel like a cool boy?
It fits nicely around my anorexic little arm.
Yes, it actually does look really nice on you, actually.
I know. I'm gonna keep it.
Please don't. That's like really expensive. Please don't.
I'm keeping it.
No.
Okay.
Shit, you're gonna like break the fucking.
I'm not gonna break it.
Damn.
I'm gonna break your car.
Good save. Anyway, what's our next topic since I got lost for a minute.
We could talk about. We've already done yesterday, right?
Yeah, we were talking about D&D and stuff, and then we kind of got segued into.
Okay. Well, let's finish yesterday then.
Well, what else? Because I don't know. I already said it was homebrew.
After that, we got some pizza.
Got some pizza while we played.
Actually, that was just when I was with Ashley. We picked up some pizza.
Yeah, and we ate while we played, which was fun.
Yeah, pineapple pizza.
Not really big fan. I'm not gonna lie.
I like it. It's better than the stigmatism.
I'm not saying it's horrible, and I'm not saying I wouldn't eat it. I'm just saying like if I had to order a pizza, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you're not gonna
first
order
order's not gonna be with pineapple. I'm just saying.
I don't know. Like, I didn't like pineapple to begin with, but after like hanging out with Ashley so much, I've kind of got to because it's pretty much all she eats.
It's just pineapple. Pineapple pizza.
Dude, she's got a shitty diet.
She really does. It kind of scares me.
She eats like noodles and like microwave noodles and like just microwave food in general. She's gonna get a cancer or something.
Jesus.
Yeah, when we look back on this and she actually has cancer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think microwaves cause cancer? Like the use of microwaves.
They have fucking microwave radiation. Yeah.
What do you think? Like actually, like after a while, like if you just normally, I'm not saying excessively use one, but like.
I think it builds up.
Do you think so? You think if you used it a lot?
I think if you use it a lot, then yeah, you're probably gonna get like something.
Jeez, well.
Well, like even if it's just like
I guess that's
malignant
probably
tumor,
true.
You're gonna get something.
Well, I guess, and then I think after that, after we played D&D, we left, went back to my house.
Yeah.
We watched the UFC fight, which, I mean, I'm not really a huge fan of the UFC.
Yeah,
so I really don't understand.
It's really just for like your brother and your dad.
Yeah, because you saw how they'll sit there and just talk about it.
Yeah,
like they know everything
your
about
brother's
it.
like fucking fanatical about UFC.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of fucking scares me just a little bit.
Yeah, he's got like 6 boxing gloves just on
Just
one
sitting,
shelf.
just sitting in his room. He has a fucking heavy bag outside. Has a speed bag outside.
Yeah,
He has a kicking pad. It's weird.
Yeah, he's.
I mean, I guess everyone to each their own. They have their own.
Yeah, everybody has something they can be like fanatical about.
Or just.
Mine's pussy. I like pussy a lot. What do you like, Austin? Austin?
No comment.
What do you like?
I'm trying to take in what you just said. I'm still trying to like brain.
No, just say something, please.
Fuck. I gotta be careful what I say out loud. Jesus.
What are you gonna say? Just don't say that.
Yeah, no, I can't say that. Like no bullshit. What do I like?
Yeah, what do you like? Just like, what's a hobby?
A hobby. I mean, I play a little golf. You know.
You like golf?
You know, like I really do. Like some people are like, dude, golf's gay, and I'm like,
Like
no,
your brother?
yeah, I'm like, no, you, and then they get angry because I just with that reverse card. No, I think to me golf's fun. It's just something that like me and my dad have in common.
Right.
But I feel like people are like, it's boring to watch. It's like, yeah, because you're not supposed to really watch it. You're supposed to play it. That's part of the thing.
It's not really a spectating sport.
Well, I mean, it's fun if you're there.
I mean,
like,
I'm sure, but like,
TV is just like
I
even I love playing it, but I don't really watch it.
Yeah, maybe for like background noise.
Oh yeah, if you just have like people over, you have like ESPN on, and it pops up, then it's a whole different story.
But it's not that bad to play. It's.
But yeah, is there anything else I like? Yeah, I like some music. Yeah.
What do you mean?
I honestly, there's like really no music like genre that I don't like, except for like maybe Christian music and country music.
That's like 2 of the 8 genres.
Yeah, I know. So like, there's only maybe a quarter of the genres I don't listen to. And that's actually a lot.
Yeah.
But like, there's some country songs I'll be like, oh yeah, this is good. But Christian music, I really don't fuck with Christian music that much.
I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. It's just too gimmicky for me.
Yeah, that's my thing. I think it's too like.
I don't think Christian should have its own form of like religious music, sure, but I don't think like
Christian music,
It's like
because we don't hear nothing about Islamic music or
yeah,
Hindu music or.
I mean, I'm sure it is a genre over there.
Pastafarian music or whatever.
Pastafarian.
Yeah, the pasta.
Dude, that's so it. I pray to the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. Tips Fedora.
Please stop.
I fucking hate that shit though.
It's-
I don't believe in anything religiously, but I just don't like militant atheists.
I really wonder if do they actually think there's a fucking spaghetti monster? Or
No, they don't actually. It's a joke.
No, someone out there fucking believes there's a spaghetti monster.
I'm sure somebody does, but it's like 1 out of a million.
I don't know. I think it's more than that.
You think?
I think it's 2 out of a million.
You might be right.
I think I might be right too.
It's some guy and his girlfriend. Oh fuck, shit.
There goes your phone.
It's all right.
Just slapped the.
That's gonna sound really bad on the podcast.
You're just gonna be like.
Yeah, the audio's gonna. Ugh.
It's fine.
All right.
Close your ears. That's too late for that.
Yeah, we might record about 10 more minutes.
If that, I think what's something else we can talk about? Sleep.
We can talk about your Tinder.
My Tinder experience I've been having.
Yeah.
All right, so recently just opened up a Tinder, not for any particular reason.
Except for I told you to.
Yeah, that you really wanted me to make a Tinder for a while.
I think it's gonna make you more happy. I think it gives confidence. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a confidence boost. It's it's also nice to see people who you don't actually see regularly. It's
right.
It's nice. It really is nice to meet people. The only thing about Tinder though is that I feel like there's a lot of people on there that aren't really there for relationships. They're either there just to have sex with people.
And that's not a terrible thing.
Yeah, or they're just like, I'm just here because my friend told me to, or it's a dare.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Like when they put in their bio, this was a dare. This isn't serious. It's like, all right, then get off.
Or they're like, I'm here to have fun, not to relationship. You're like, fuck, okay.
It's like I'm looking for friends, not looking for anything else. There's Facebook. You can find friends. You don't need Tinder.
Yeah, you definitely don't need Tinder to find friends. I feel like using that excuse is not.
It's cheap and it doesn't make me want to swipe right. That's all.
Definitely, it does not make me want to swipe right. Also, do you feel like people, the whole swiping idea is almost so mainstream now, where it's like, oh, people are like, would you swipe right on that girl?
You mean like I guess rating a girl?
Yeah, it's like swipe right, swipe left. Or like, I don't know. I don't really think people do that. People are like,
I think
if anything, it's more like smash or pass.
yeah,
That's what it's came down to.
I don't think it's like shallow though. I don't.
Is it not? Is it not shallow?
I don't know. I think it's shallow in the perspective of someone expecting too much in emotions. I think if you're like just expecting sex, which isn't like if that's all you expect from the interaction, then no, that's not shallow because that's all that was thought to be. That's the zenith. That's the peak.
But I feel like if you're aware that the other person in the party has the emotion,
Then yeah, that's shallow.
that makes you shallow.
Yeah.
Because then you're just not taking consideration.
Yeah. Then you're like consciously hurting this person just for their body.
Just because you want sex.
Right. And I think that's kind of fucked up.
It really is fucked up. But I mean, I feel like almost Tinder's not really that good to actually find relationships though, because I feel like most of the time it's just used for actually trying to find people who are just hooking up.
Yeah. Or just like going on a single
Because
date.
yeah, and it's just like, or just honestly just to really meet people. It's almost like a, I don't want to say, it's like almost like a simplified and mobile version of Christian Mingle or like Match.com or eHarmony.
You're definitely right. I could not agree more. I don't know. I feel like the idea of Tinder being so mainstream now, like, because it didn't start out like oh, swipe right, swipe left, like that wasn't a mainstream term.
Yeah, no, that was they made that a thing.
Right.
Pretty much.
But the fact that it's grown so much is almost kind of scary.
Where it's starting just to lead just to that now. Where it's it's starting to make it shallow.
Yeah. Okay, so millennial culture, you know, it is what it is. Not a terrible thing. I don't like the old culture, I guess. I don't know how else to say it. I don't like the new culture. I'm just kind of here. I'm just living. But I think there is something to it where there's no real loyalty.
Yeah, there's no depth.
There's nothing like let's actually see where this goes. It's like, oh, well, I'm going to get fucked or I'm going to fuck and then that's it.
And it's just like, or they say and you're like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
And you just get tired of it.
Yeah.
It's not even like you try to make any kind of relationship. And I'm not even saying it has to be romantic. It can just be like friendly or someone who you can hang out with, just to meet other people. But no, I feel like nowadays it doesn't have depth anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like that comes with a lot of dating apps and websites that doesn't have any real depth anymore.
Right.
I don't know. I feel that's kind of a sad reality. Actually, I think how many matches have I gotten today? Since I've it's only 11 o'clock.
Yeah, and he's only had it since yesterday.
Last night.
Last night.
And I've have let's see, how many do I have?
Jesus.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches as of today.
Have you been doing the thing I'm talking about, just swipe right on everyone?
Actually, no.
Shit, dude, you're doing really good then.
Dude, Pog.
Dude, my advice to anyone on Tinder is just swipe right. And
Swipe right a lot, but do the occasional swipe left so they don't think you're a bot.
Well,
that's my thing.
Who's gonna think you're a bot? The moderators?
Yeah.
I mean, what are they gonna do? They can just say hey, are you?
No, they're just
bot?
gonna give you bots, because they probably know where the bots are.
I don't know. I feel like if they had bots, then they'd probably just try to delete.
Just think about it, they have moderators that probably moderate chat.
Yeah.
Interactions, so they definitely can tell whenever they see one where they're like, oh, hit me up on my Venmo for good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that happens a lot actually.
That's what I'm saying.
They use Cash App, not Venmo.
Either way, they use some form of a Cash App, or they use some form of, I guess, payment per
nude.
Yeah, not even that. Just what they use for
interaction.
Just
yeah.
Any kind of interaction, you pay for it. And I feel like that's dumb.
Yeah.
And usually it's not even females. It's just guys trying to get money off of it.
Right, dude. I should do that. I want money.
Dude, Jesus. We're gonna get one of our friends to take a bunch of pictures and make him a Tinder account and just be like, oh, hit me up on my Apple Pay, my Cash App, whatever.
Yeah.
And
that'll be good for me.
Honestly, that's really kind of scary, really. I feel like nowadays, to even
especially
in the future, it's gonna be the only way you can find a relationship is that if you pay for it. I don't know if it would ever reach that kind of extreme, but
I mean, you're not wrong. I feel like it's expected for some kind of financial sacrifice to go into a relationship.
Yeah,
and that bums me out.
Especially for some people, it's oh, you can't be. When they say they have to be loyal, it's you can't talk to people. You have to. You can only talk to them. You have to text them every hour on the hour. That's so. It's too much.
And I also think
especially for young people, that's way too much because
you have your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah, you're it's kind of like the Khalid song. Everyone's young, dumb. And, I'm not gonna say young, dumb, and broke.
Right.
But you are young and you are dumb. That's just how it is. Can you put that away?
What is it?
Anyway,
What is it, Austin?
how about you talk about your Tinder experience?
Austin, what is it right now?
Get your balls off the podcast.
What do you see?
Stop.
Don't know.
Stop.
It's funny.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Tell them about your Tinder experiences.
Tinder's where like I found my first
Hookup.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way of saying it. Like I hooked up with my first lady, which was about time because I'm in 12th grade. I'm a senior. I'm 18, and in American culture, you know, you're supposed to have done something by now.
I
Like
say by the time you get like in your teens.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
and you know the sad thing is I still haven't I've never been on a date. I haven't kissed a girl. It's been rough.
You've had sex.
Yeah, I know. It's
you've
weird.
never kissed
No, I know.
Really?
Really.
That's so weird.
And I'm really nervous about it too.
How does that work?
How
did that happen?
I guess it's never felt
Maybe
right.
they just didn't think it was that intimate.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
Shit, that's weird. That's really weird.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I don't know.
You're a special character, aren't you?
I'm a fucking product of my generation. Like I'm antisocial. I don't do shit.
You Antifa.
Although I do have a date, so that's.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do have a date.
And this is gonna be. I don't want to say it's gonna get more serious, but it's gonna be more than a hookup at least.
Oh yeah, that's gonna have some depth to it.
I really hope so, but.
And it's not like you didn't meet this person off Tinder either. Like,
yeah, I didn't meet this person off Tinder. I know them personally.
You've been friends with them for a couple years, I think, at least.
About 4 or 5.
Yeah, so you've known them for a while.
Yeah, so, but that's another thing too. I'm scared to see where it goes because it may not go anywhere, and I'm not expecting it to go anywhere.
But you probably want to hope.
But I'm hopeful for it to go somewhere. Even if it's just not a relationship, you know.
Even just a closer friendship, you just get to know them.
Right.
Even just more than what you do now.
More than anything, I'm scared of things being awkward after.
That's definitely, I feel that's almost like a turn off why people don't do relationships because people make shit awkward.
I'm the exact opposite. I'm the fucking least awkward person after that kind of shit.
you're awkward, but you're not.
I'm awkward, but not about that.
Awkward, yeah.
I'm very extroverted about awkward things. I can acknowledge it and just zoom past it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that makes more sense when you say it like that. I guess. I don't know.
I guess I'm adapted to it. I'm used to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess not everyone is, but it happens.
It's just bada bing, bada boom.
I'm gonna take my shirt off too because Austin's shirtless.
Dude, it's hot in here. It's burning up.
Okay. What do you think of these?
Nice.
My flat little titty boys.
All right, we're cutting that out.
No, we're not. I'm keeping it in there. I edit.
You edit.
I edit.
I just realized I have a bunch of stuff for a portfolio due tomorrow, and I haven't done most of it. And I gotta do it tonight.
Dude, all right. We're about to end the podcast anyway. So
is there anything else we should add? Anything else we should talk about?
I guess go ahead and plug your thing like we did last time.
All right. I guess shameless plug. Follow me on my Instagram. It's I'm Austin. That's AYY_I'm_Austin. Don't know how to spell Austin? Then you're a mongoloid.
Wait. Fuck.
Do you hello?
AUSTIN, right?
There you go.
Okay, fuck, I'm a mongoloid.
I guess so. Feels bad, man.
Is that it?
I guess. Is there anything you want to plug?
No, dude. I was gonna plug my Snapchat last time, but now I thought about it, it's probably a bad idea.
Told you. That's why I didn't want to do mine.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, we'll be uploading more later, or eventually, and we'll have guests on. We have a pretty big.
A nice lineup.
Yeah, we have a pretty good lineup. Pretty long list. I'm excited, and
hopefully, see what the future brings.
Subscribe. Click on that bell button
subscribe
to get notifications.
To PewDiePie.
No, dude. Seriously, don't do that.
What?
I don't like PewDiePie. Whatever. Okay. Just subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and you know what to do. Just
yeah, you've done it before.
all right. See you later. Thanks for joining us. Bye.